So hi Ryan, thanks for coming and talking with me today. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Teresa. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. So we're going to talk about your fitness class.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. I'm happy to share some information with you guys and really kind of delve a little bit deeper into what I do and how you and I are partnering together and really just go from there. So yeah.
Okay, so that's awesome. So can you please describe your class that you've designed?
Yeah, so with your help, obviously, you and I together, came up with a great idea to, structure a class that was really dependent upon showing people how they can exercise, really maximize the time that we're allotting. It's about an hour long class, but half of that would be geared towards really decreasing the stress levels, right? Getting an adequate workout, really feeling like they're kind of melting away the stress that's maybe built up over the course of a week, but also feeling like they're exerting themselves and getting that heart rate up. But also, with that comes some mindfulness, some yoga, some stretching, where we're bringing that heart rate back down and really, feeling as if we're grounding ourselves and really feeling like we're leaving the workout, feeling like we got that adequate exercise, but also feeling a little bit more better about the day that we might have to face going forward. So, yeah, that's really the driving force behind the workout, and really excited to get it started.
Okay, so who did you have in mind when you created this class?
So I really had in mind just people that, like I just said, have busy schedules, maybe have really crazy weeks going on where they ultimately want to maximize that time frame, that hour-long class. So this could be, your moms, this could be your dads, this could be people that are working from home, this could be people that really just want to take that hour to not only hopefully decrease that stress, but also really, have that additional mindfulness aspect of the workout to where they're really feeling complete. They really check that box in terms of, having that exercise and feeling like they got that level of exertion, but also, need that additional yoga and stretching to really just feel more adequate about facing the rest of the challenges that they might have going into the latter part of the day.
So would you see this as a standalone type of class or as a, compatible with other workout regimens that people may be doing right now?
I think it's somewhat compatible with what people have been doing. I mean, if you're familiar with yoga, Pilates, calisthenics, it takes a little bit from all of those. But also we want to bring something new to people. We want to bring something that's a little different and also kind of, change and have it evolve as we go. Because my intention would be to maybe start out with something that's maybe a little bit introductory, but obviously build to something where we're growing as a group, a class, and really incorporating in some different things as we go. But I'd say it's a little bit of both for sure.
So, what would you describe as your approach to fitness or your general philosophy?
Yeah, I love that question. So I think it's really just helping my clients specifically with their individual unique goals. I think a lot of times, counterparts that I've run into in the past who do something similar to myself have a particular philosophy, and it's really kind of immovable, and they kind of have this square peg in a round hole approach, which may work for them, to each his own. But I find that the main thing my clients struggle with is adhering to a program. We all have the motivation to, get on a meal plan or to start exercising, for whatever reason that might be. But a lot of times, and I've struggled with this myself, is sticking to a program, sticking to healthy eating, sticking to exercising. And that's where I come in, and we can provide our clients or my clients or people in general with the ability to adhere to something if it's something they like, if it's food they enjoy eating, if it's a workout plan that they enjoy, because free weights isn't for everybody. Yoga's not for everybody, but my point is that if I can work with my clients to really figure out what their unique goals are, what they're really trying to accomplish, and what workouts do they enjoy, we can really help them stick to something long after they're done working with myself. And they'll be able to do that for the long term. So I really think it's important to just truly understand what each person's trying to do and create something that's specific and unique to them that they can use and incorporate into their lifestyle for the long term. So that's really how I try and go about my business and my relationships with my clients.
Well, I think that's very interesting because I feel the same way about
Sure.
like my approach to fitness. I mean, like I am a runner. I've been a runner for many years. And, I have this conversation with people all the time where, someone will just share with me, well, I don't like running. And I just say, well, it's not for everybody. But the
Sure.
point of exercise, if you don't like what you're doing, like I'm not going to tell you to go and run 5 miles.
Right.
Because if you don't
Totally.
like running, then you're not going to do it. You're not going to want to do it. Like my son was on a wrestling team and they had to, the coach used to make them run, right? And he hated running, just hated it. Right? So it's like that was the part of the practice that he dreaded all the time. And that was a big problem. So hold on 1 second, Ryan. I've got to pause everything. So hold on 1 second.
Sure.
So really that's one of the problems with people and sticking to an exercise routine is that if you don't like it, then you're not going to do it for the long term. So I guess one of the questions that I have for you is that what about this class that you've worked on and designed will attract people and make them want to come back?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I really had in mind when I was creating the class was an all-encompassing kind of program, right? It's a full body exercise. You're really working out all different aspects of your body. A lot of people don't stretch when they exercise. You might do strictly yoga, which is great, but are you really getting, a lot of times when you do yoga or at least introductory yoga, you're not burning a lot of calories. So with this in mind, I feel like it's an all-encompassing, really holistic approach to exercise as a whole, in the whole health and wellness sphere. So, hopefully it'll really check a lot of boxes for a lot of individuals and not just on the, physical portion, but also the mental one as well, because I really wanted to think of this as a total body wellness approach where people are feeling like their body is getting worked up, but their mind is as well. And that's something that I've even needed to try and do more of is really taking care of both my body, of course, as a personal trainer, but our mind is, such an important tool that, we should really focus on. So the fact that we're working not only our muscles, but our brain is really cool. And I'm excited that that's really all encompassed in this class.
So can you tell me something that you love about teaching this class? And I know that we haven't run through it a lot. We've been working through it and we've been talking about it. And, but what can you see? Like you can project, just project yourself into like the room full of people. What do you love about this?
Yeah, and I love the questions. I think it's about really helping people and just seeing their reactions and their excitement to really be doing something that does allow them to, be physically fit, to work on that mental well-being, that mindfulness. And that's why we love what we do. Like similar to you help people with these aesthetics and, maximizing the beauty that's already there, right? Like making that beauty shine. And seeing these reactions from these people is just so genuinely exciting for me. So having a team, we're working together, we're trying to really just better one another. And that's really why I love what I do, is just seeing these reactions from people and getting to work with them along the way. I've always kind of, thought of this corny analogy where people have this destination they're trying to go to. They don't have a map to get there, but I'm their navigator, and let's forge the pathway together and ultimately get there. So yeah, that's how I kind of think of this whole class.
Well, you're helping them do the work,
Totally.
because
Absolutely.
ultimately the client and the person, the student, has got to do the work.
Definitely. And we're there
I
for the
yeah.
support and to encourage them along the way.
I think that's definitely a running theme in these series of classes that we're proposing, that we're running in the studio, is that, whether it's a mindfulness-based stress reduction or MBSR, or whether it's the fitness class that you're going to be teaching, is that, this is about being mindful about what you do, but it's about the mind-body connection. It's about how you are showing up for yourself. I think that's really, really important. And you have to show up for yourself in a way that allows you to be present,
I couldn't agree more.
you know? And so how can your students get the most out of this class?
So I think the easiest answer for that is to make sure they're wearing the right attire. Come prepared to sweat a little bit. You want to be comfortable, but um, adequately hydrated, of course. But come with an open mind. I know that everyone isn't, fully into yoga maybe, or the mindfulness aspect, but you really have to fully be accepting of it and willing to fully immerse yourself in it. And that's when you're really going to get the most out of it, because I myself, was kind of opposed to the whole mindfulness thing, if I'm being honest, years prior to really ever trying it. But once I did, and I really allowed myself to, try it's very effective, but it only works if you're willing to let it work. So just come ready to have fun, ready to sweat a little bit, have fun, be open to the program itself. And I think, the dividends that will be paid as a result will be that much more. So yeah.
Okay. So basically people should wear just workout clothes, like, the regular, what we see, like the regular, leggings, sneakers, and sports type clothes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Little sports attire, something that's form fitting, nice
Okay.
and relaxing, and nothing crazy, just
Okay.
ready to have a good time, sweat a
Okay.
little bit, like I said. And yeah.
Are people going to need to be using like big weights or anything?
So I think for the most part we'll have 5-pound weights be
Okay.
kind of the main weight that's being used. Obviously, if you want to incorporate some larger weights, if you're a relatively strong individual, if you really want to maximize what you're getting out of it, you can of course incorporate in some larger weights. We can definitely do that. A yoga mat is very much a part of the program that we'll be using a ton. Yoga blocks are encouraged. They can be incorporated into a lot of the exercises that we'll be doing. And then obviously the best tool you can bring is obviously just yourself. All of this is intended to be done with minimal weight, body weight, and really the mind at the end is really how we're gonna, take a lot of the programming and get the most out of it.
Okay. Um, and what else would you like people to know about you or your class?
Sure. I mean, just as a whole, we really focus on fitness, nutrition, exercise, taking, like I said, people's goals and really seeing how we can get the most out of them. We don't have a one size fits all approach. It's really what our clients want to get out of the programming, what goals, what they're trying to accomplish, the timelines that they're trying to accomplish it in, and really trying to figure out how we can ultimately help them do that. So with the class, we're really trying to provide something, but also take input from our clients and figure out how we can, better grow the class and evolve it so that it's exactly what they want to get out of it as they progress with us as we move along. But no, I'm just really excited to hopefully meet some wonderful people along the way. Very eager to, continue to see the success of this class as it proceeds forward. And yeah, that's all I have for today.
Okay, well, that's awesome. So thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining me. And we are going to look forward to starting the class and seeing how everything evolves. So thank you so much, Ryan.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, Teresa. Really appreciate it.
Okay.